Hey guys, so recently there's been a lot of discussion surrounding Mario Kart rosters as Mario Kart 9 was recently revealed, and there's a lot of possibilities for the characters that they could add. I even did a video about it recently with Fawful the Great, which I recommend checking it out. But this has also caused a lot of negative discourse as well that was kind of brewing up in the community based on a particular type of character that a lot of people, myself included, really want to be added to Mario Kart, but I feel like people's pessimism has kind of taken over, and it's kind of created a lot of negativity, even a bit of toxicity as well. So that's kind of what I wanted to discuss in this video, but before we get started, I wanted to mention that I have a goal to hit 30,000 subscribers before the Switch 2 launches, so if you enjoy my content, consider subscribing, and if I hit this goal, I will give away a copy of the new Mario Kart game when it releases. So, with that being said, this is about the Mario RPG characters. I have mentioned it many times on the channel, either talking about Mario rosters in general, or predictions for Mario Kart. And this is something that, like, actually quite a lot of people, and I would even say most Mario fans, I guess most hardcore Mario fans, well, I mean, casual fans, let's be honest, they don't really care that much, but they would be completely indifferent towards these characters. So I don't think anyone's inherently against Mario RPG characters being in Mario Kart, but the problem is the fact that people are being a little too pessimistic about it, to the point where it's almost like they're arguing against it, I would say. And I'm not really speaking for anyone who's, like, saying that RPG characters probably aren't gonna happen, but that's just how it comes across to me whenever I'm, like, in a conversation with someone. And I definitely understand that sentiment that, like, RPG characters won't happen, because while I do really want RPG characters, and I am definitely, like, pushing for that, I really want it to happen, I do understand that it is very unlikely, and I'm not, like, expecting them to be in Mario Kart 9. I think it is reasonable to not outright think that they are likely to happen. I get that. But I feel like people go a little too far when they're saying, it will never happen. We're to the point where if you even want RPG characters, or just, like, say that, oh, it would be cool if we got, like, characters like Vivian, Connie, Gino, Fawful in Mario Kart, they're like, oh, you're just coping. They're never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. Just, that's kind of where it becomes a problem. Being pessimistic can be healthy in some situations, but sometimes it can go a little too far, to the point where you're kind of spreading negativity to other people and you're really kind of creating a negative environment. Like, it's fine to have, like, a kind of some positive discourse, like a little bit of criticism going back and forth. But I just think sometimes the negativity can go a bit too far. And another thing that kind of extends off of this is the fact that people are a little too dismissive of RPG characters, to the point where they're missing the point of the fan feedback of it in the first place. Because the fact that people are being vocal about this is partially how this can even happen. I mean, it's not entirely why, because Nintendo obviously doesn't hinge all of their decisions on fan feedback, but at the same time, they do listen, even though it seems like they don't. Like, recently we've seen with the comeback of Mario RPGs, that really seems like that was partially caused by fan feedback, because for a lot of, like, for so many years, like, people were definitely vocal about the lack of Mario RPGs, especially with Paper Mario, and a lot of people were very vocal about Thousand Year Door and everything. And then a lot of people were also very vocal about Nintendo acknowledging Super Mario RPG, whether it be for Geno in Smash or a Mario RPG remake, different things like that. There was definitely a cult following for Super Mario RPG that Nintendo recognized and acknowledged. So, and then even on top of that, like even outside of the Mario RPGs, like they even do like other things as well, like Splatoon and like even Mario Kart, like sometimes they address different things in the community. Like with Mario Kart specifically, kind of like bringing back a lot of Mario Kart Wii tracks in both Mario Kart Tour and the Booster Course Pass, kind of felt like a little bit of I don't want to say nostalgia pandering, because I'm definitely definitely welcoming all of the Wii tracks coming back, but I guess Nintendo just acknowledged the fact that people loved the tracks from Wii, so they just decided to bring a lot of them back, and then also topped off 8 Deluxe's roster to have all of the Wii characters returning. So it really kind of does seem like Nintendo does listen to the community, or at least kind of has a feel for what the community wants, and even though it doesn't seem like that a lot of the time, I still feel like they do kind of listen to some degree. So that's why I think being vocal about wanting Mario RPG characters in Mario Kart is important for anyone who wants these characters. And I mean, yes, it's perfectly fine if you're kind of indifferent to these characters and don't really care. Like, that's fine, but you don't need to attack other people who want these characters. But because I'm not speaking for everyone, obviously. I'm speaking for a very small vocal minority. Most people who are indifferent to RPG characters being in Mario Kart are perfectly fine. I'm just talking about a select few people, but like I think being vocal in the community about this is important. Like it definitely kind of makes this more likely. So that's why I think people who are just extremely pessimistic about it and still want RPG characters and everything, still like want to see a character like Geno or Vivian in Mario Kart, I don't think you have to be super negative about it. I mean, yes, it is perfectly understandable to keep your expectations in check. I'm not saying to have a riot if Vivian doesn't get, or like Madame Flurry doesn't get into Mario Kart 9, but I'm just saying that being vocal and saying that you want these characters is perfectly fine. So that's why I think, like, it's just kind of a bit of an issue that people are being a little too pessimistic to the point where they're kind of being a little too dismissive towards people, I would say. Like, I just think that it's creating a little too much negative discourse. So, yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on the situation here. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and make sure to check out my Discord server and Blue Sky if you want to. Stay perky!
Ah!